Blessed uprising family out here doing what we do, getting ready for a day of FTP, feeding the people. Full enjoying my cowboy hat I got from Navajo land when I was making a trip across the Turtle Island recently. We give thanks for the moment. Just want to give thanks and praise unto the Most High for life. It's really that simple. You know, I've seen a lot of conversation about, even before this federal holiday business, which we already know is political shenanigans. Why celebrate Juneteenth? You know, why celebrate getting tricked? That's not what the celebration is for. I never understood that to be the celebration. The celebration is of the resilience of our ancestors, you know, in the midst of all them kind of shenanigans. And guess what? We are our ancestors. So we still here, resilient, creative, making a way out of no way, doing our own thing in the midst of all this political posturing and, you know, the jokes, the foolishness that they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So we give thanks. And really that's the bottom line. That's the message. We're there still. They thought they buried us, and they forgot that we were seeds. And so now the seeds spreading all over the land. You know, all kind of produce, all kind of trees sprouted from those seeds that they felt that they buried. You know, so we give thanks for that. That's what we celebrate. You know, we're celebrating again, not enough can be said about the resilience of our people, you know. The resilience. Serious thing. So on today, wherever you are in the earth, pour some water for your grandmama and your grandbaba who made a way out of no way. You'll pour some water for them. And remember to touch the earth. Because the other thing about it is, the half that's not been told is that when that Ma'afa started, that imperialist, capitalist Ma'afa started, it was not based on some kind of willy-nilly experiment. Let's just see what happens over here in Africa. They came and got masters of the land to come and do their work. You know? So what does that say at the end of the day? That means that we still those same people, masters of the land, and the land is Asaseya, our mama, that gives everything that we need. Everything comes from the earth. And we have always had that understanding of that, the mastery of that. So what we tapping in today and every day is, again, the mastery of the land and realizing that the land is our, not just our mama, you know, the land is our refuge, the land is our fortress on a physical level, you know what I'm saying? And she even gives us a lot of spiritual inspiration. The land is our strength, you know? So when we say free the land, it's not just some kind of poetic vibe. It's realizing that the land is tied to so much of our reality. So we give thanks and praise, you know, we give thanks and praise for the remembrance of the mastery of this physical reality. As spiritual beings having a physical experience, you know, the mastering of this physical reality, which is something that's been passed down through our ancestors' DNA, passed down to us. We possess it now, and we have it as part of the relay race to run with it. So whatever it is we can do in whatever way that we are inspired, because we will all get that inspiration that is completely beyond any question, beyond any shadow of a doubt. You will be inspired in your own way, in the middle of the night, in the darkness when nobody is looking, and told clearly what your role is in this liberation process. Let's all play our role and free ourselves, free the people, free the land. Ashe. Yes, family, we're there still. One of the most profound messages that we've received, divinely inspired, is through a book called Farming While Black. The utterance that our sister Leah Penniman made. She's the author of the book. She was actually quoting somebody else. I don't remember the brother's name, but basically it says in a nutshell that the land was the scene of the crime, but the land was not the criminal. The land was the scene of the crime, but the land was not the criminal. Very important. Very important to realize, very important to recognize, very important to really reflect on. Because again, it gives us a clue. It don't just help us to review who done it. We know who done it. But we approach life from the perspective that all is God. It's all G. All the time. So then, beyond who done it, the real question is, who are we? Who are we? What was the opportunity, and what is the opportunity for growth, for the acquisition of wisdom and wealth of untold, based on the experiences that we've gone through? Who are these people who have endured so much? And what is a clue in terms of why they were able to endure it? What is the jewel that comes out of such an experience beyond something was done to us and we need reparations? We already know that. And that's a natural thing that cannot be stopped. That's how nature is. Whenever there's a breach, nature immediately begins to start on the repair. What I'm interested in is, who are these people that bear great tribulation? Because every experience teaches wisdom. So if the land was the scene of the crime, but the land was not the criminal, that means that there's something here in the land for us, beyond the bad memories, beyond the traumatic memories of can't see, working for somebody else. There's wealth in this land. There's opportunity in this land for us. And that's the message. That's the message. So again, I give thanks. The Malcolm X grassroots movement has a chant in the New African Scouts. Free the people, free the land. Take the power in our hands. It's a real serious thing, you know. And it's not an external thing. It's not a thing that is based on some kind of dreamy daydream, one bright day in the great beyond kind of thing. It's a very real reality. That's redundant, huh? It's a very real affirmation. It's a very real exercise, because it's an exercise. It's a work. It's an everyday work. It's also an everyday dance and an everyday laughter and everyday joy. You see? That's part of it. We don't have to have a negative connotation of work when we know who we are. We're working for ourselves. You see? So we give thanks and praise unto the Most High. again and again and again. We can't stop say so. It wouldn't make any sense for us to stop say so. And we give thanks for the reminder. The land was the scene of the crime, but the land was not the criminal. And the reason why the land was the scene of the crime is the land is so rich and so fertile and so joyful and so full of potential. So now, instead of talking about who done it, we can get that clue and see where is it? Where is that gold? Where is that wealth for us? Where is that wealth of the social wealth as well as the material wealth? It's in the land and it's ours for the taking. Free the people, free the land.